how to develop balance in both family and work life. My name is Michael Reardon. Today we're going to be talking about how to develop balance in both family and work life. It can be very difficult, especially when both parents are working, because we're living in a world today where both parents have to work to make ends meet. Yet, just because both parents are working, it doesn't mean that both parents can't be effective in the family dynamic. When we look at work, we might look at work as a resource for us to get a paycheck so we can put food on the table and we can keep a roof over our kid's head. Yet, just because we have this job, it doesn't mean the job needs us. Because we have to understand, we clock in at work and then we clock out at work. Yet some people take their work home, and some jobs are going to require that. For example, if you're a lawyer, you might have to take some work home. But if you are a 9-to-5er, typically from 9 to 5 you're going to be working, and then from that 5 o'clock point you now have the ability to do whatever you want. Now some people are going to be those workaholics and they're going to want to keep on working. Identify if you are that person. If you find that you are just a workaholic and you work after work to do a project that might not be due the next day, and I understand about deadlines, but if it's not due immediately and you don't have to rush and do it, what time do you spend on work extra? Because if you're spending too much time extra, then we're going to have to look at that aspect of work with you, because we don't want you just to focus on work. Because if you focus on work, there's going to be aspects of your relationships, from your partner all the way to your children, who are going to be wanting some of your attention. Now, we have to make sure that we also understand the family dynamic also. Because if you have children and they're at a critical junction in their life and development, we need to make sure that we're there to love, nurture, and care for them. Because if we are not there to give that love and affection, they're going to get it somewhere else. What typically tends to happen today is that we will put a movie on for them. We will put them in daycare. We will give them to a friend or a grandparent or something like that. They will take care of our kid, but yet will they develop the bonds that we can create with them? And the answer is no. We can't just pass off being a parent to someone else. As a parent, we must do our job to create that family life for our children. And that can be having vacations, that can be doing weekly trips with them to the park. It can be a range of different things, from movie night to having pizza night. You can develop what type of strategies, what type of plans you want for yourself. It all begins with the schedule. Understanding how much do you work, how much time do you have free, and how much time do you want to spend with family. Because if you find that you are using your free time to watch TV with your family, is that really effective? And studies have found that simply sitting there with your family watching the same program is not effective communication. So that means we need to develop at least 90 minutes per week to develop critical and effective communication to build that family dynamic. And at that point, when we develop that, we're going to start to notice that our work life is going to balance out too. Because work is going to end at some point, and that means we have to be a parent. So the balance is going to be maybe different for some people, but you do have to make sure that you and your partner are going to be working together. If one person is working quite a bit, the other person is going to have to maybe step back a little bit from work and focus on the family a little bit more. And then, of course, you can pivot in those roles. I recently talked about this on a podcast episode where we understand the aspect of creating the balance between family and creating the balance of family and creating the balance of work. Because it's difficult to say, well, family is going to be number one, but then work suffers, and then vice versa. We do have to understand there's going to be priorities. We prioritize, but then we don't sacrifice. So if you find that you're sacrificing your family time, we need to start to reevaluate our priorities. If we find that we're sacrificing our family for our career, we need to reevaluate and make sure that we have enough money, that we have the resources necessary to have a good life, to make sure we don't have stress because of money woes, and to make sure everyone's feeling loved and cared for. Because if we don't have that there, eventually we're going to have miscommunication and a breakdown. And it's not only going to be family, it's going to be career too. So we have to create that balance. And if right now you know that you don't have that balance in that family and work life, you're going to want to head over to reverendconcepts.com and you're going to want to sign up for a free coaching session. You're going to want to make sure that you're going to get the tools and the resources that are going to be there to help create the foundation to create a balanced work life and to create a balanced family life. It is possible. We just have to know how to do it.